Hello. Hello, hello. Happy Halloween. How's my volume? Let's have a look. A spoopy Halloween background music might need to come down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so, hello. I had a last minute idea for some fun Halloween things I could do while still fooling myself into thinking I'm being productive. So what I'm going to be doing today is I have a selection of fun herbs and roots and spices, and I'm going to Hubble, bubble, toil and troll them up in my cauldron to try and make some tasty tea blends. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've got a few things, some of which I think will work quite well, others which are going to be a complete and utter experiment, but we shall see how it goes. And as I am trying these things out for the first time, I am armed with a handy little notepad and pen. Very trendy high-end IKEA pencil, as you can see. And yeah, we're hopefully going to keep track of what works, what doesn't work, and at the end of it, maybe have a few exciting blends. So, yeah, what shall we start with? I think I'm in the mood for something spicy. So, let's have a think. I think spice and root spices are the direction I want to go. So, let's start with some ginger. Okay. Get all the bits and bobs in here. So I'm working with quite a limited amount of space. There's going to be a lot of stuff being moved around. And, you know, I'm just going to have to deal with that. So, ginger. Let's start with like equal parts of stuff, because that always seems like a good idea. So I'm going to go 5 grams of ginger. There we are. Not too small, not too powdery. Nice big bits of root in there. Yeah, so we're going to have 5 grams of that. Let's go, what should we go with next? Now this is fun. So I think... Ooh, yeah, okay. Ooh. I hope the background music's coming through, because this is like pleasantly creepy and Halloweeny. Right, so we're going to go ginger. I'm going to go for ginger adjacent. Ooh, a bit powdery as well. Ooh, maybe not equal parts actually. I'm going with some galangal. Let's go half. Yeah, I think half's fine. Or do I stick with my guns and go equals? No. Okay, no, I'm going with my gut. So ginger, I presume most people are familiar with. Galangal is, well, looks very similar, as you can see. Galangal is this one particularly is grown in Thailand, and yeah, it's got more of like a, how to describe it? It's like a zesty vibe to it. It's got more zest than like that spicy ginger heat. Yeah, which I kind of dig. I've been passing a lot of it in like the Asian supermarket recently, and I've just been very tempted to get some fresh, but if I'm going to be putting together a blend that's going to last, I'm going to use the dried, basically. So there we go. Galangal in with ginger. And yeah, because it's fun. And we're going for heat. Slightly smaller pieces. Oh, I can smell it already. Ooh, I can smell it already. We're going with some turmeric. It shows up. Actually, it shows up a little paler in this light. Oh, nope. No, that's not what we need. Where's the thing? Oh, there it is. No, I don't like that either. Ooh, I like that even less. Eh. Everything's a bit washed out. That was totally not a scuffed streamer, by the way. Totally not scuffed. Yeah, let's go back to that. I just like it. It's a bit warmer. It is evening time, quite solidly where I'm at right now. So I like the warm, cozy light. Fits the potion making a little bit better, eh? So figure all that out. That is going to be my initial spicy root blend, which will need a better name, obviously. Right, but the proof of if this has worked or not is going to be in the tasting. So let's get the kettle on. There we go. I think it might even stand to have a bit more turmeric in there, you know. The turmeric will give it a nicer colour as well. Ooh, see, I went with my gut on the galangal. Do I go with my gut on this turmeric as well? It's smaller pieces for a start. So, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, let's go with that. Where did I put it? Turmeric. So we had, actually, here we go. Notes. 5 grams ginger, 3 grams galangal. Let's go with an extra 3 of turmeric. Yeah, does that sound right? That probably sounds right. Heck, we're going with it. We're going with it. Trust your gut, right? That's the first rule of witchcraft. Cool. Hubble bubble. Toil and trouble. Yeah, that looks visually better. Yeah. Cool. So let's brew some. Brew some. I don't have a little scoop with me. That's upsetting. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a pinch then. I was saying in my last stream, in fact, how with tea brewing. I, these days, tend to be a bit more loosey-goosey and not really pay much attention to exactly how much of stuff I'm doing or exactly how long I'm letting it brew. But, like I say, today is a note-taking kind of day, so I'm looking for something I can recreate further down the line if this works out to be really nice. So I'm taking everything down, I'm weighing everything out, I'm being a bit more scientific about this. Let's put you there. Okay, I'm going to brew up 5 grams into, what's that, about 200? Yeah, feels about right. Feels about right. Cool. So, as I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, let's have a look if anyone's in the room. That's a no. That is a negative, my dogs. But trust in the magic. People will come. They want to see my potions. Potion seller. My potions are too strong for you. There you go. That's rule number 1 of streaming, isn't it? Don't look at your stream manager. You over there. You're out of the way now. Good. Yes. So, happy Halloween to one and all. Hope you're all having a good spooky season. I have not gone out to do anything today because it is raining so hard. Plus, to be honest with you, not really in the mood. Much rather stay in the house and drink a bit of tea, really. That's where I'm at right now. And you know what? That's what I'm gonna bloody do. Just try and stop me. Just try. Oh, I've just seen on my OBS. I forgot I put a little hat. I put a hat on the cat. Oh God. I'm so pleased with myself. I am so unbearably pleased with myself right now. Ooh. Spooky. Oh, I hear my kettle making promising noises. Okay, so test brew. Let's go. With, I think just like a little 200 grams of water will be fine. Oh, stopwatch. Hello. Ooh, theremin. Yeah, get your theremin out for the lads. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, that's could have maybe even stood to have a bit more. Okay, let's just go for a nice standard 5 minutes on that. Where can I put this? Running out of space. Oh, there you go. That still takes up a decent amount of screen space. So, initially, color-wise, oh no, I'm kind of happy with it. Turmeric's a good color, though. Turmeric does have a nice, strong orange color, which I enjoy. So I'm still even thinking maybe more. Maybe more. We'll see. Taste is more important. The colour is good, don't get me wrong, the colour is great, but it needs to taste good. So what am I hoping to get from this one? I'm thinking fire and heat and spice. Not spices in chili spice, but I want hot, warming spice, invigorating stuff that'll promote heat in the body, as it were. Not that I'm necessarily practicing any Chinese medicine here, but yeah, fire roots. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna write that down. Fire root blend. Does that work? Maybe. Write everything down. I'm in experiment potion making mode right now. Ooh, hang on. Ooh, I found another root. Would this work in here? I don't think so. Ooh, but something I could maybe use for an... Okay, that'll be my next one. If I'm feeling... Well, do I want to break up the roots, though? Because that would be a double root. I'm speaking as if you know what's going on in my own head, but you don't, though, do you? Yeah, so I've got it's all ginger root, galangal root, turmeric root. All closely related, all similar vibes. The next one, I'm tiptoeing around it because I'm gonna keep it as a secret. Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna go for something a bit leafy in the middle, and I might end on a rooty one. We'll see. Oh, what else have I got? Okay, so I can have that. Yeah, we'll have something a little bit leafy, then we'll go for something rooty, and then, if I have time, the blend which I think will be really good. Everything I'm doing this evening I planned to be caffeine-free, all herbal, because, as I say, it's getting late where I am. I was quite excited to try streaming today, because I was wondering if a different time zone would be beneficial. I don't want to say beneficial. I'm not really doing this to kind of pump numbers or anything. I'm just doing this because it's fun and I want people to enjoy tea with me. So, but yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to see if this widened my audience any. Yeah. Plus, when else am I gonna get the opportunity to put a hat on my cat?
Providing a more usable
experience.
It really helped us be an
What's this?
agency.
Oh no!
So we used a lot of the page context AI as well as
I didn't know there was ads on this.
Sequential.
Go away. God damn it. Royalty-free playlist screwing me over. How dare. If anyone's interested, it is... have I got this scene set up? I do. Yeah, there we are. Here is the playlist. It's actually a banger. I'm kind of enjoying it. But yeah, let's put you away. Back to reality. Ooh. Ah, just in time. Excellent. Let's stop you. Okay. Nothing fancy. Oh, I should have done that actually in view of the camera, right? That's the money shot. How dare I? How dare I deny you? The poor. So here's the the brood root, if it makes any difference to you to look at. Pretty similar. Oh, it does smell good though. Oh, it does smell good though. Hold up, guys. We might be onto something here. You might be onto something. So while that cools down, I'm gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. Get everything cleaned away. So yeah, quite a cloudy brew. Yeah, it's kind of expected from these rooty ones. Not as orange, that's why I was thinking potentially more turmeric. Am I really... Ooh, hello. Steamy. Am I really going to get that much of a bright luminous orange unless I'm using turmeric powder? Probably not is the answer. Moving it around rhythmically, is that making it seem more magical? Maybe. Maybe is the answer. It's, you know, it's smelling more sweet than it is spicy, but yeah, it's missing something. It's missing something for sure. It might just be that I brewed it too weak though. Is that what's happened there? That might be what's happened there. Hum. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Do you know what? Actually, I think more ginger. I think just more ginger would actually do it some benefit. I'm gonna drink it down a bit more though. See if it changes as it cools. 'Cause that is quite an interesting thing. Like, as what you're eating and drinking, as the temperature of that changes, the way you taste it changes. It's got something to do with like the receptors on your tongue, the taste, quote unquote, taste buds. They are at their most efficient when what you're tasting is body temperature. So as things are really, really hot, you lose out a lot of, well, not a lot of, but a significant amount of the potential flavors in there. Similarly, with when things are really, really like ice cold, this is why you always see really, really cheap beer and wine and stuff in bars, always advertised as served ice cold. It's because, yeah, I mean, you've ever tasted the cheap, nasty stuff when it's room temperature? It's not good. Yeah. Not that I'm dissing an ice cold beer. That is a whole sensation in its own right. Needs more spice. I will say, for as little galangal as I put in, that zesty note is coming through a lot more than I thought it would. So that's quite good. That's a good place to be at. So it's a good starting point. Maybe if we just... Okay, now this is where the scientific method starts falling apart a little bit, because I'm trying to not be wasteful here. Let's use this again. I don't want to be pouring directly into my mixed solution, which it's not a solution, it's a bunch of dried herbs, what we're talking about. Ginger. go with just barely hitting 3. Yeah. And that's going to balance out the amount of ginger and turmeric in here. Is that enough? Is that enough? I don't know. Do you know what? Actually, oh! You know what? I've just realised I picked up something that's wrong. So I don't need that much gin. All right, ignore me. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead to like 2 or 3 brews in the future, and that's not where my head needs to be. I need to try and figure this one out first. Yeah. Heat and spice. Galangal I'm happy with. Turmeric for, you know what, for... Let's have a smell. Yeah, for as good as it is, it's not as fiery as I'd want, really. Do you know what? Am I... Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that turmeric. Okay, let's go for brew number 2. Do I go more ginger? Do I? Oh my god, my indecisive nature is... not really helping me out in this situation. Okay, go with gut, go with gut. Gut says more ginger, so more ginger we shall have. Also, you gotta admit, this does feel very potion making, doesn't it? It just does. Yet another fun thing that I like about tea. Right, brew number 2 incoming. Let's get some heat back in the kettle. Does that pick up on the mic? It must do. Surely it must. I tried playing with the directional settings a little bit, but that's a noisy kettle. Do I remember how much water that was? Let's test my eye here. Let's try and get a fun shot out of this. Looks like we are ready to roll. Just test myself. Not far off. Now, if I was in my usual just brewing tea for the fun of it, kind of mindset, I'd be quite happy just stopping there with like eyeballing it, but no, trying to be scientific today. Potion making is a science. Oh, interestingly, if you can see, there's a little bit of turmeric and ginger powder settled at the bottom of my cup. I say fun, maybe it's not fun, I don't know. I don't think there's a way around that, to be honest, unless you like paper filter your tea, and who's going to do that? I'll get the timer back on the screen. Could do. Oh, do you know what I've just noticed? Let's, can I do this? Yes, I can. Easy. What is today's tea, you ask? Ooh. How should I know? Oh, it's a mystery. What's it called? Let's just call it potion blending. Yeah. Because I'm committing to the bit. That's not. How do you spell mystery? I'm not going to embarrass myself. I mean, I'm already there, but. Yeah. That's what we're doing. We're having a bit of Halloween fun. Festive, innit? Keep an eye on that. So, I hope your day's been quite nice and festive, as I say. Yeah, this is quite a good shot. I gotta stir the cauldron. So I'm doing a kind of middle of the road brewing method here. I could do it like really small, quick, like test amounts. But I kind of want to brew something which is a bit more standard to what someone at home would brew, you know? But also, I don't want to get a pot out and I'll have to like clean out the strainer and do all this stuff. Again, don't get me wrong, I love getting all my pots and my bits and my bobs out. I think that's really fun and like a really good part of the tea brewing experience. But at the end of the day, put stuff in water, let it sit for a moment, take stuff out of water. Ta-da! You've made tea. It's really not any more complicated than that. So, yeah, this is essentially just what you're doing when you're making tea at home.
New corn hamster slices
man.
make the most delicious sandwiches. They're so tasty.
This
I
is
wouldn't bother wondering what the alternative
not
might be. Corn
the
deli
one.
slices. So
I can't even
tasty.
skip this
Why
ad.
don't
Oh, I'm gonna have to find a new playlist. I am upset by that because I was enjoying this. Boo. Boo hiss. Well, we'll see how
Hello
far I
there.
can get before another one hits, because I'm feeling lazy now and I don't want to break up the stream too much. Which is exactly what the ads are doing, but whoopsie daisy. Right. What was I saying? Yeah. Leaves in water. It's tea. Oh, someone's here. Hello. Welcome. Pleased to have someone here. Someone to actually chat to while I'm waiting for my tea to brew. Yes, so welcome to my potion making stream. Yeah, okay, that's actually quite fun. So, what I'm doing is I've got a few random like herbs and roots and spices and stuff. And I just decided I'm going to just put some stuff together and see what happens, see if I can get a really nice blend out of it. So currently, in the cauldron, is a blend of ginger, galangal, and turmeric root. So yeah, I'm going for like a spicy, full of heat, joyful experience. Oh, let me just quickly stop the alarm. I am from the UK, actually. G'day from the UK. No, I get that. I'm gonna presume. Are you from the US? Quite oftentimes, a lot of people I know from the US get a bit confused between the UK and the Australian accent. Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you to say. I shall continue to charm you with my lovely accent while I pour this tea. See, I should pay attention to the camera when I'm doing that. That wasn't really a good shot, but ooh, rooty. So here is my potion. Oh, cool! Fun times. I've always wanted to go to India. Oh, hang on, that's why. Yeah, honestly, yeah, they're very similar. You're not wrong. Because they all like share a base root, obviously, so it would make sense, I guess. But yeah, always wanted to visit India. I'm a huge tea nerd, obviously. So yeah, like Darjeeling is on my wish list. I'd love to visit Darjeeling in Assam. Yeah, one day. But yeah. Here we go. So do you drink much tea where you are? Are you here for my tea vibes, or are you just enjoying the Halloween potion making vibes? Oh, honestly, okay. Nice. Love a bit of chai tea. I need to get a good chai blend together, actually. I've got, this is my chai spice blend that I bought in from a tea supplier, which I'm not really pleased with. I need to play around with it and make it better. But yeah, to answer your question, Rishi Sunak, politics is an odd one with me. I like, the rhetoric behind him being the first British Prime Minister with Asian heritage. Pretty cool. Oh. Yeah, chai, honestly, chai is super popular, like, everywhere, really. Although when it's not as authentically chai as what you would get in India, I presume. It's more just sugar, spice, milk, really. there's very little, like, I think a good chai should have some bitterness from the tea. That's what balances against the sweetness, right? But oftentimes you'll get no, honestly, cool. I'll come round to it. Don't worry. I'll get back to my point. But when someone asks me about tea and chai, I get too excited. I have to talk about it. But yes, oftentimes when you get a chai here in the UK, or presumably in the US as well, I'm not entirely sure, it's just sugar spice, and you get no tea, no like bite from the tea, which I think is very important. But yeah, back to what my thoughts are on Rishi Sunak. I think it is genuinely quite important to note that he is the first British Prime Minister of Asian heritage, which I think's good and is long overdue. His politics are not my politics, though, if I'm being honest. He is a very... from my understanding of the situation, he's a very wealthy man with a view to help his wealthy friends stay even more wealthy at the expense of other people in the country, which I don't necessarily agree with. So yeah, I disagree with his politics, but I do see the importance of the moment, and I just hope that the importance of what he is doesn't distract away from who he is as a political entity. Yeah. I hope that made sense. I feel I'm trying to make sense of it anyway. Yeah. We'll see how the politics in the UK has gone a bit weird, really. Excuse me? Is that a known thing? I don't necessarily see how that would be the case, but I must admit I don't have much knowledge of Indian politics at the moment either. As I was saying, UK politics has taken an odd turn, and it's difficult enough staying well informed on that. Oh really? Is it bad as well? Oh, do you know what? Everywhere right now, I don't think any country in the world right now is having a pleasant time dealing with their politicians. Oh shit! Oh no, that's... Ooh. See, this is what taxes are for, isn't it? Oh no, man. See, you'd expect... Okay, people pay taxes so that a government can keep bridges up and keep hospitals running, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. They seem to exist to just blame each other for things, which it's a shouting match, and it's an argument. They exist to argue, and nothing ever seems to get done. Ugh, that's me on my high horse, you know. It's not like I've got any better ideas. It's not like I think I could do it any better. Well, actually, oh fuck. I don't know. I think a lot of people could do better than the current people who are in charge in the world right now. But yeah, difficult times. Difficult times for everyone. Ugh. Luckily, I have some nice tea to keep me cheerful. But yeah, anyway, I'm pleased I have someone to talk to in my chat right now. Yes, let's talk about tea. Let's talk about tea. I think that's a good thing to do. What is my favourite tea? That's actually a really good question. That's a really good question. I would say... do you know what? I actually really don't like Earl Grey. My mother, she loves Earl Grey, actually. She's a big fan of it. But No, for me, the citrus oil, it's too much. It's too. I want to taste the tea more than the citrus, like the bergamot. I'm really into like Chinese style teas. If I'm honest with you, I really enjoy pu'er and oolong. I think the stream I did just before this one, I was brewing some really nice oolong from Weiyu Mountain range in China. Super nice, like really good stuff. Brewing it Chinese style is quite good as well, with the sort of multiple short, strong infusions. Really love doing it that way. So yeah, not so much about the Earl Grey, strangely enough. Which you'd think in the UK everyone's drinking English breakfast tea and Earl Grey all day long, and that is not untrue. I think for a lot of people that is the majority of their tea drinking experience, but there's a lot to drink in, like there's a lot to experience in tea. That's not even to say about what I'm drinking here. Like, this is spices and herbs and roots and stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can make into tea by just infusing it into water. But when you think about the tea leaf, the Camellia sinensis, that one genus of leaf, you can do so much stuff with it. Yeah, no, honestly, you're not stupid, actually. Some stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason, because it's very popular. Earl Grey is very popular in the UK. But it's not my personal... Oh, really? It's actually relatively cheap here, you know. Not super, super cheap, but... I guess maybe it's just because it's got the... See, I know people who will drink nothing else. I understand if you love it, for sure. Because that intense, perfumey, citrusy bergamot flavor, it's very unique, very interesting. Oh, actually, do you want an interesting fact? Speaking about interesting, I am from, I'm currently living in a city called Newcastle in the UK. It's in the north of England, and controversial. Oh, no way. Cool. Well, Newcastle is in the very centre of Newcastle. There is a massive statue to a man called Charles Grey, who was an ex-prime minister in the UK, and Charles Grey is the person who made Earl Grey tea popular. It was his preferred style of tea, and that's why Earl Grey is called Earl Grey, because Charles Grey was the second Earl of something or other. So he was an Earl, and yeah, there you go. So that's a fact. So in Newcastle, it has a connection to the person who invented Earl Grey tea. There you go. An Earl, oh god, it's some weird old title that's it was basically like a guy who owned a lot of land and was therefore important. It's like an old school thing. Do you still? I'm sure we probably still have Earl. Well, that honestly, Earl is a bit of a. Why would you ever need to know that in everyday speech? I wouldn't blame you for not knowing that at all. So yeah, just kind of like an old title for someone who used to own some land. Very rich and important men. But I will say, your vocabulary is not weak. You are talking very expressively and cohesively, to use two quite large words. Now, I'm wondering about this blend. I think I might need to change it more. So this one, what did I do? went for 10 grams of ginger, 3 grams of galangal, and I changed that to 8 grams turmeric. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. My notes are so messy. Oh, hang on. What's happening here? My music. Oh no, my music. Alright, we're back. Right, anyway. Yeah, I'll return to this blend in a second. Because I'm enjoying having a chat. It's nice to have a chat with some tea. So, I currently am living in England, in the north of England, but I grew up most of my life in Scotland. Which, we were talking about accents earlier. I actually don't have that much of a strong Scottish accent. Not anymore. I used to a few years ago, but I've lived in England for long. Yeah, Scotland is so beautiful. It really is. Yeah. I consider moving back quite a lot. There's actually, you know what, seeing as we were talking about politics, seeing as we've opened the politics rabbit hole, there is a growing political movement in Scotland right now to make Scotland an independent country away from the United Kingdom, which is quite extreme, but seeming a lot more desirable right now. Because Scotland in general, there has like some... It's still part of the UK, obviously, but it has some powers to do things within its own border in its own way, and they've been doing quite well recently, and doing some very good, interesting things, and doing some very compassionate, more left-wing policies, and people seem to be a lot more happier with the Scottish government than the UK government, and they're using that to be more like, oh well, why not just be our own country? It's not quite. It is and it isn't. It's difficult to explain, really. It's got a very clear national identity. It's got its own unique identity. And yeah, the United Kingdom is a weird thing because it's technically like four kingdoms all together as one united. We're going back to like history from like the 1600s right now, or like the 1700s. Do you know what? That's not actually a terrible example. Because yeah, it does have its own government, but the government does answer to the bigger United Kingdom government. So, because I think the Hong Kong situation is they have their own form of government, but ultimately China can just do what they want. I think that's kind of similar-ish. Ooh, hello. No, not quite as bad as that, I think. Yeah, Jesus Christ. We're talking about all the big subjects today, aren't we? I'm not going to say much on Palestine, and to be fair, I'm not even that clued up on Hong Kong at the minute, but Palestine and Israel, I'm not well informed on it right now. I only know the basics. And all of the stuff I do know is not pleasant. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't think Scotland and England is very much similar to that. Dear me. Right. I'm going to maybe try and fix this blend a little bit whilst we're chatting. Oh, thank you. I'm pleased to hear that, because wow. I've talked about a few political subjects, but I think that's too political. I'm going to get cancelled before anyone even watches my stream. Right, I think I need... What do I need? Some more turmeric. Is that enough? Let's go with... yeah. So let me just make a quick note of what I've been doing. Because I was saying earlier in the stream, I don't know if you were... do you know what? You're picking all of the things that every UK person loves, but I don't. I really don't like baked beans. It seemed... Now, you're talking about... yeah, it's bad. I think it's bad for a person from the UK to say they don't like baked beans, but I really don't. It's well, if you get a chance to try baked beans, they might be interesting. No, for sure. Well, it's a personal choice. All these things are like all the teas that I'm brewing, all of the foods I eat. It's all personal choice. Taste is such a subjective thing. Oh, what's this? Oh, so my chat's being weird. Let me just allow that. There we go. Yeah, very subjective. But yeah, to me, I don't know. Baked beans, they taste too sweet to me, I think is the way I would describe it. Let me just check how much that was. I think I need to do a little touch of something else here. Oh, you don't like Indian food? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of when we talk about personal taste on things. Like you don't want to stereotype things too much. Like, oh, every English person likes baked beans and Earl Grey. Every Indian person loves like all types. You know, it's people like what they like. Oh, that's an interesting question. Do I like the fact we have a monarch? I don't really know. This is going to sound like a bit of a cop-out answer, you know, but I kind of don't care. Which seems like a strange thing to say, but I think honestly that's the most honest answer I can give you. I think I've thought about it more in the last couple of months than I have in most of my life, really, since obviously big huge world news, the Queen died, and I think it's weird. Oh, I'll come back to the Queen thing in a second, but yeah, the fact that I'm weighing everything out, and I don't usually do it this way. This is me trying to come up with a new recipe, so I want to make sure that I know how to if I brew some of this right now and I really like it, I want to know that I can make it again. So that's why I'm doing this. But if I'm ever just brewing tea normally, I'm just like, oh, a little bit here, a little bit there, let it go for however long, you know. Yeah, well, I'm starting a business. I quite recently lost my job, which is unfortunate. So I'm trying to start a tea business because I really like tea is my passion, my hobby. So I'm trying to do something with that. So this is me starting something new. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I mean, I've still not really accomplished or achieved anything yet. So keep your respect just down your respect a little bit. But thank you. It's very kind of you to say. I hope so. But yeah, so this is why if I'm brewing tea normally, I'm usually very slapdash. I'll just throw some stuff together and I'll let it sit for however long I feel like, and I use a lot of heart I use my heart rather than my head when I brew tea usually. But so today is slightly different, where I'm being a bit more careful with what I'm doing.
Wanna know how to create awesome videos? Check out
This Halloween playlist is not being my friend. My hat is now getting in the way. Everything's going wrong. Oh no. Welcome to my very professional stream where I'm playing random adverts.
So go to Motion Array now to get everything you need to create
But you
stunning videos.
Okay, is that going to work? Go away. Bear with me. There we go.
Hotjar helps you find out what people really think about your website. So whether you own a small business selling customized dog costumes from the comfort of your living room, like...
There we go. Okay, my music's back. Excellent. Okay, I'm back with you. So, what were we talking about? We were talking about many things. What job did I have? Strangely enough, I was actually working for another tea business before this. It was not as fun as I thought it might have been, though. It was very... it was less about passion for the tea, and it was more about just how to make the most money out of it and being a bit... not lying necessarily, but like stretching the truth in order to sell more stuff. I don't know. I didn't quite enjoy I didn't enjoy how that felt, so I want to try and do something where I'm more focused on the product that I love rather than making money, which I should focus more on that because that's what keeps bills being paid, so I do have to bear that in mind to some degree. Okay, sorry, I've been very distracted there. A lot of things happened all at once. You've given me the list. Thank you. You're keeping me on track. Pleased to see that. Yes, so old job, also selling tea in a way that I didn't like. New job, hopefully selling tea in a way that I do like. And feels morally good to me. And the monarch question. Yes, that's what we were talking about. So, yeah. Now, it was strange because I thought in principle, I don't like the idea of a monarch. It seems silly, it seems outdated, it seems weird to me. But also I didn't really mind because, the Queen seemed like a nice old lady, completely out of touch from reality because, how could you be in touch with reality when you're that, rich and own a country, But she seemed nice enough. Lots of tourism. We got us lots of tourism. That's, that's something. But I kind of didn't really care that much. But then I found out when the Queen died, I was just like, I actually feel upset right now, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. It was an interesting feeling. I didn't really know why I felt upset, but I did, and I allowed that to be a thing. But yeah, I don't. Now that it's what's it? King Charles now. I don't know. I've not got like this. Everyone seemed to have a strange emotional connection to the Queen because she was just present in everyone's life just for 70 odd years. But I don't know, King Charles hasn't been, so we'll see. What's the next question there? Oh yeah. Well, okay, here's the problem. Leaving a job as a recession is coming in. I didn't really have a choice in leaving my job. Yeah. As I say, I was... We'll say it was because of the current financial situation. I was not able to stay on at my old job. We'll say that. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't really have much choice. So now I'm just trying to make something of that. Yeah, hopefully I can make something of it. I think I'm going to need to. I'm going to need to find another job, like a little part-time job on the side, I think, because I'm already starting to realise I don't think... Because bills are crazy right now. Everything's going up and up and up in price. And yeah, I've not got much money, so... Like I say, we'll see how it goes. I do... think I'll need to have something else to support me whilst this starts. But one day this could be my full-time job. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot. Yeah, it does mean a lot. I think I'm quite good at sometimes just doing things without thinking about it. Like, oh, I'm going to just buy a lot of tea and I'm going to go and sell it and it's going to be great and I'm going to really enjoy it. And then I go off and do that and then I start to lose faith in myself halfway through. So honestly, you saying that is very meaningful to me. Thank you for saying that. Ooh, what am I going to name it? I was saying a little bit about this earlier in the stream. So these ingredients in general, so you've got ginger, galangal, and turmeric. So they're very warm and spice, and it's so I was thinking something to do like fire root. I don't know. It's a working title. I think if I get a recipe I really like, then I think it's going to be easier to come up with a name. But I like the idea of theming it around fire and heat and earthiness. So if you've got any suggestions, I will happily take them. But let me get the timer back there. Yeah, I think that seems like a logical thing to do. They're the type of flavours I'm dealing with. It's not really got the same sort of fire heat as like chili heat has, but it does have its own warm, like non-aggressive heat. Well, here's the thing, isn't it? Like, when something's exotic and different, it's always more exciting, isn't it? Like, because I hear English words and English accents and I'm like, whatever, I hear it every day, no big deal, wherever. But I'm sure if I was traveling around India, I'd be like, oh my god, everything sounds cool, you're all amazing, this is so cool, the food's amazing, you're brilliant, everything's fantastic, so cool. Because it's new, it's different. Yeah. I actually had I've not really travelled much, obviously, in the last few years. I wonder why I've not done much travelling. Yeah, so in March of 2020, I was supposed to travel to was going to do there's like a week or two in Japan. I was going to travel like up and down in Japan, and I just knew for a fact I would be like walking on the streets, just looking at every little thing, going like, wow, that's incredible, that's amazing, that's fantastic, and all the locals would be like, what's this guy about? This is just what we do every day. But yeah, as it happens, I never went on that holiday because it was just as everything was going crazy. Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, I mean, if you are very welcome. On behalf of the entire UK, I welcome you. Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance to come and visit, please do. It's not that bad. The UK is going through an odd time right now. I don't know. The politics are strange, and that's turning the people strange. But the country itself is great. Like the nature is lovely. It's not a bad place to visit. It really isn't. And then taste. Do you know? Honestly, you'll be quite surprised. Let me get rid of the alarm. Britain is known as for tea drinking, but the quality of tea drunk in the UK, not very good. Strangely enough, it's usually quite poor quality. It's all like tea bags, and it's all very bad quality, cheap tea bags. Which is strange considering like how much of UK identity revolves around tea drinking. Oh, you were here? Interesting. That's interesting. I was, strangely enough, I was visiting Edinburgh around about then. And so I was in Edinburgh when because the Queen's, there was like a week-long period where the Queen's body was like moved from where she died in Scotland down through Edinburgh down to London. So when her body, it was a Holyrood Palace, and there was a huge procession line of people queuing up to come and just stand outside the palace. I went and did that as well. It was a strange feeling. Yeah, just seeing all these people looking at a castle, putting flowers down. But yes, please tell me what you thought. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Just whilst I clean everything up for the next brew. See how this one worked. Ooh, it's better. We're getting better. That's closer. That's closer to something that I want. So what was that? That was 10, 5, 12. I think it was the more turmeric that changed that. I think I went, do I want to go even more turmeric? Maybe. What are you saying? You say it's a joke, but honestly, some of the architecture is really nice in the UK. Like, it is. And it comes from a place of... Yeah, like, it wouldn't be that nice if it wasn't because of money. Just rich people trying to show off is how some of the best architecture got made. Yeah. God, if we're gonna... we are totally in politics mode right now, like, but... when you think, how did rich people in the UK get rich? oftentimes it's a lot of history of colonization from the UK, isn't there? Which I'm very aware of talking about to someone from India. You know, it's cool. It's a strange history we have. Very strange history. Yeah. The emblem of the palace gates. I don't really know what the emblem would be. That might just be like the royal coat of arms, possibly. I must admit, I don't really know what the emblem was. I've never actually visited Buckingham Palace. I've only been to London like 2 or 3 times. Oh, is that true? That's interesting. I'm not surprised, actually. I can see that. Yeah. It's a strange one, actually, because... Is it strange? I don't really know if strange is the right word to use here, but because there's a significant part of the population of the UK does have like Indian heritage. It's not like a majority or anything, don't get me wrong, but there's a big enough amount of British Indian people that you kind of forget about the last part of that. You forget about British Indian, and they're just British people. So yeah, it does look nice. But yeah, I've never been up to the gates of Buckingham Palace. When I was in London last time, I think I went and saw like Big Ben, and I saw like the bridges and things. Few other touristy places, but I never bothered with Buckingham Palace. I think it was too far out of my way, and I didn't really have time. I was only there for like a day. But yeah, if you are the monarch of a whole country, you better have a nice house to live in. Get yourself a nice palace. Okay, I kind of like the direction this blend is taken.
Slices make the most delicious sandwiches. They're so tasty.
God.
I wouldn't bother wondering what the alternative.
Adverts on this playlist.
Corn jelly
Shush.
slices, so tasty. Why choose the alternative?
Shush. I'm gonna have to get better at that. It's because I've got my screen up now. Like my OBS screen, so I can see how the stream looks. So every time that happens, it takes me ages to get to the playlist screen. Ugh. What's happening? See, I don't know how... I hear a lot of bad stories about how safe it is in London, and yeah, I can imagine it's probably not super safe compared to some other cities in the UK even. To be fair, every city in the world, there's some level of... Well, every big major city in the world, there's a certain element of crime and not very nice things. Yeah. Wow, really? That's interesting to know. That's cool. Also, if London's much safer, where I'm currently at, it seems to be the case. Like, the further north you go in this country, the friendlier and nicer people tend to be. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of crime happens, but I always feel fairly safe where I live, which is good. That's something I should feel very grateful for, really. I'm very privileged to be in that position. Yeah, what are you saying there? McKinsey. What's McKinsey? Oh. Oh shit, really? Is it that bad? Oh no. Oh dear. Well, it's thankfully not quite to that degree here. The UK is generally quite well, at least you're aware of it. But yeah, if you get a chance to travel the world as part of this job, then yeah, why not take that opportunity, right? Right, I think this is close. This is close to being a thing. I think this is going to be my final attempt at this blend for tonight. And then I might move. I might do another one. I think I'm going to do a second blend. Let's see how that turns out. But I think this needs just a little bit more turmeric, and I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty good. Ooh, too much. There we go. See, this is why I was thinking, oh, I'll do a Halloween, because this feels like I'm creating a witch's brew right now. I'm doing some tea magic. There we go. It's close, it's close. Oh, have I not told you what's in this? I might have done earlier before you got to the stream. So, yes, ginger, galangal, and turmeric. And what I just put in there was a little bit more turmeric. So I'm essentially, at this point, I've got to 2 parts ginger root to 1 part galangal root to 3 parts turmeric root. That's going to be what this next one is, and I think that's going to be close enough tonight, and I might do a bit more work on that later, but I think I'm going to be happy enough to call that. Let's get another brew on the kettle. Warming up. Galangal. So galangal, it's like hang on one moment, I'll show you some. That's not right. So yeah, that bit there is a bit of galangal. That's not. I'm gonna have to show you some more. Hang on. Look, so galangal and ginger they're similar, but they're 2 different things. Here we go. So I'll show you in here. So yeah, it looks very similar to ginger, and it's very closely related, but it's a bit more fragrant and like sharp tasting. It's used a lot in Southeast Asian cooking. Yeah, it's got a more. I'm struggling to describe it here, but it's got a more. No, I think that was the right word to use. Actually, sharp. It's got a sharper taste. usually looks a bit lighter as well, and it usually has a bit more water content to it, depending on where you buy it from. So it's a bit more. It's got like a sharper citrusy taste compared to ginger, which has a bit more of a earthier, heavier taste, but very similar, very closely related. So yes, and then turmeric obviously is turmeric. Also related to the same sort of family as ginger. So these are all kind of similar, but not. Just different enough to make it worth experimenting. It's not a very common ingredient. It's just I found somewhere where I could buy some for a reasonable price, and I thought it was worth trying it to see if I could do anything interesting with it. What's that? Oh no, I think that's mostly just a North America thing. We still call it coriander. Don't worry, we're not that crazy. Here we go. Let's yeah, the Yankees. Here we go. I was wondering if I'd get a bit more of like an American audience in tonight, because I decided this is it's actually exactly midnight now in the UK. A little bit late to be drinking tea, but I've not been sleeping very well recently, so I thought I'd stay up a bit late and I'd try streaming now, because it's more, you get more American audience at this time of day. So I thought that might be worth trying. No, I'm very happy you're here. I'm very happy I've got someone to talk to, really. Because this, I've noticed, I've not done many of these streams, I've only done a few. But I've noticed it's a lot more fun when there's somebody in the chat to talk to. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to myself, which it's not a bad experience, don't get me wrong. But much more fun with someone else. Right. Things ready for the next one. Actually, I wonder if there's anyone else lurking in the chat. Why not? I'll take a moment to see now. No. Oh, but I see I have a new follower. Oh, that's exciting. Thank you very much. My second ever follower. I'm pleased to see that. Let's put my timer back on there. There we go. Move that over there. Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, you're literally my second ever follower, so you're like part of the original followers, you know? Yeah, like I say, I've not been doing this very long. I've only done like a handful of streams, so yeah. Very pleased that I've got people that are willing to watch me, really. But yeah, it's sorry to hear about your bad time zones. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't interfere with your life too much. Because it is important, I think, to have a good work-life balance, but it's difficult to achieve that if you have to put your life on a completely different time scale. Oh, good question. Not that. I've travelled a little bit in Europe. I've seen some good countries in Europe. Like some of my favourites are Czech Republic. Actually, I love Czech Republic. really cool place. I enjoy that a lot. Hungary's an interesting place as well. I say Hungary's a good place, but I've only ever seen Budapest. Amazing city though. Prague is so cool. Prague's amazing, so amazing. I just really love the people. I love the vibe. It's so cool. Where else have I been? Germany. I've been to Germany a few times. Spain a couple of times. So I've been around Europe a little bit. Denmark. I did Denmark. That was cool. Strangely, I've been through France. Like, if I've gone to like Germany and Denmark and places by traveling through France, but I've never stopped in France to check it out. I feel like I should, because it's like so close. But yeah, one day, obviously. I mean, it's literally so close. It'd be silly if I don't check out France. I actually had, again, just before the pandemic, before COVID, I was going to go to Austria, but that never happened in the end. But where have I been outside of Europe? No, I went to America once. I went to, I say once. I've been to America twice. I went to New York. New York was incredible. So it's like it was its own world. It was crazy. And then I also went to Las Vegas once. That was an interesting experience. The entire city of Las Vegas was like visiting a giant theme park. It was strange. I'm not entirely sure I enjoyed it, but I did. But it was strange.
Don't stop after brushing. Brushing your teeth only targets a quarter of your mouth.
God, these ad breaks are killing me. I usually have a playlist where I don't have any ads on it, but I put on a special Halloween one. Okay, it's okay. What are you saying? Yeah, I think I could agree with that. I think it's just like the American identity is very, we rule the world, we're the best, everything's amazing here, and it's just like, it's not though, really. Maybe actually, that's something I could maybe think about. I will say I did enjoy my vacation in New York. I thought that was because it was so unique. It was just like every movie ever has been set in New York, and it's like all these famous sites, and it was just a very interesting, unique experience. But I wouldn't really like to stay there for more than 1 week. I don't know. Well, exactly. I like that we seem to have a similar opinion on these type of things. Yeah, it's all very... Yeah, land of the free, home of the brave. Eat McDonald's, don't get any healthcare. You know, it's that's the American values, right? Yeah, not sure I really dig it, but it is interesting. It's an interesting place, an interesting part of the world. But yeah, I think you might be right with slightly overrated. I have... I've not heard of it. Is it Gearthorn? I've not heard of that place, no. But I actually am if I could... Okay, this is going to take... I can't move the camera very efficiently, but let me see if I can do this. Yes, I am a big Lord of the Rings fan also. Hang on. Let's see how quickly and efficiently I can do this. I'm going to show you something cool. I'm going to make a note actually. Yeah, I'm going to Google it. If you bear with me for one moment. Oh god, actually we'll see if this lags the stream. I hope it doesn't. Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Videos are playing. Let's stop that. Oh, I thought I could do this quite quickly, but I don't think I can. Right, what I was trying to show you was I actually have a replica of Glamdring, Gandalf's sword. I have it hanging on my wall right now. It's very cool. So I was trying to take a picture and show you there, but it's taking too long. It was a good effort, but maybe not today. Oh, hang on. Oh, do you know what? I'm committed now. I'm committed. I'm going to show it. Here we go. Oh, I'm testing the speed of my computer knowledge here. Image from can I do this? Yeah. Oh my god. All right, I've got to figure out a quicker way to do that in future. But oh Jesus. Okay, it's here. It's here, everyone. Oh my god. Here we are. Let's get that off. This is it's a bigger photo than I thought it was. Yeah, maybe if I do this will make it quicker. It's taking up the whole screen. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, but isn't that cool? Oop. Do that. And I do that. And I do yeah, I'm not. Oh Jesus. Yeah, Glamdring, forged in the First Age by the king of the Elven Citadel. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know. I didn't think I'd get a chance to show this off, to be honest with you. There you go. Can I do this? Will this work? Maybe it goes underneath here. There we go. Yeah, the chat is now taken up by a picture of my nerdy ass sword. Oh, honestly, I can't remember. It wasn't actually that expensive. It was like there was a replica sword thing shop that I found online, and they had like a sale. It was a crazy. I got this for like 60% off. It was crazy how cheap I got it for. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. So yeah, Lord of the Ring fandom. Glad I got a chance to show that off. I didn't think that would be happening during a tea stream, but there you go. But yeah, honestly, I can't remember exactly how much it cost me. But yeah, it was surprisingly cheap. Okay, I think well, I bought that back when I had money for buying frivolous things that made me happy. I don't think until my tea business starts to work a bit more, I don't think I'm going to have much money for that. But yeah. I can't even remember the name of the website I found it on either. If I could remember, I'd let you know, but honestly, can't remember. Okay, I think this is the best I've had so far. I still think it's missing something. I don't necessarily know what that something is, but it's missing something. But I think it's good. I think I'm gonna call that good enough for tonight and make another blend now. I think that seems like the sensible thing to do, but I think I'm happy with that. I'll probably drink the rest of this maybe tomorrow morning or something. But yeah, 2 parts ginger, 1 part galangal, 3 parts turmeric. It's a good starting point. Yeah. So yeah, happy with that. Let's try and clear some space for a new project now. Keep you over there. In fact, yeah, you can just stay on screen. Why not? Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. But I'll not reveal my sources of where I got them from, because maybe I'm getting extra special ginger from a secret farmer. But the proportions are fairly standard, I think. That's... well, I say that now. Now somebody's going to be watching this stream lurking in the background, and they're going to steal it, and they're going to become madly successful. And you know what? If they do that, I wish them all the luck in the world. Right. What do I want to try now? I want to try... let's have a look. Now, see, I don't know if this will work. Oh god, yeah, no, this is definitely a draft. This is for sure a draft. Like I say, I still think it needs... It might even need a 4th ingredient, you know. It's good, but it needs something else. And the inspiration for what that something else isn't quite with me right now, so I'm going to abandon that for now and come back to it later. I think I need some scissors to open up this big packet next. Right. So let's move on to potion number 2. So it's not very sweet. Like there's no sugar in that. I'm literally just brewing it as is. I think it could do with being stronger, actually. It's got a good, strong spice taste. Actually, do you know what? Maybe it would be good with some sweetness. I'm going to have to think about that. I have maybe an idea, but... I'll see. Okay, anyway, let's put this away for now and try something else. So, I've got one ingredient here which I've never actually even tried before. So, this is a a full experiment right now. What's that smell? Ooh, interesting. Okay. Will this work together is my next question. Okay, so I have... Giving everything a bit of a clean. Ooh, what's this? I'm actually not aware of jaggery. What is jaggery? Enhances the taste. Ooh, exciting. I do actually quite enjoy putting honey in tea. I think that's very interesting. That like enhances the taste as well. Mm-hmm. What's that? Oh, it's not showing me anything. It must have like was that like a link to a photo? Because I'm not sure my chat would let you send the links. No, nothing showed up, unfortunately for me there. I'll Google it later. Ooh, interesting. Just give me an opportunity to clean everything up for the next brew. I'm honestly that does sound really interesting to me. I'm going to, in fact, you know what? This is why I have the notepad. I'm going to do some research on that later. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Maybe that will be helpful. Right. So, next brew. Less spices and roots, and I'm going with something I've never really used before, but I have a theory it's going to taste good. So this is echinacea. Now, echinacea I don't know much about, other than it has like lots of supposed health benefits. I know for a fact that my mum has echinacea a lot, and she says it's very good for like preventing colds. Echinacea. So, and let me type it in the chat. Rather than get it wrong. Yeah, I'm glad I checked, because if I'd guessed how to spell that, I would have got it entirely wrong. There we are. Might be. Sure, let me try and do a thing. Again, I'm testing my OBS knowledge here. Boop. Nice. That actually worked better than I thought it would. Very cool. Okay, so do some research on stream. Why not? Why not? Such a slow typer. Cone flour. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, so lots of health food benefits apparently. This looks to me more like the leaf rather than the flower. There we go. Good old Wikipedia. I do enjoy Wikipedia. Okay. Herbaceous flowering plant. The daisy family. Okay. Facts. Cool facts. So it's got like a very it does have a surprisingly strong smell actually. It's not floral, it's not like a flower, it's not really sweet either. It's very I think the closest thing it reminds me to, strangely, I don't know if this is a strange thing to say or not, but the closest thing the smell reminds me to is celery. Or like celeriac root. It's... yeah, I kind of like that. And apparently it's very healthy for you as well, but I'd have to do more research on that before I said anything with any great confidence. So I think what I want to do is I want to brew a little bit of this by itself, to just see how it is. Because I have a theory of something I want to mix this with, and I want to see how it goes. Well, okay, do you know what it is? There's a lot of things in the world. There is a lot of things in the world, so the likelihood is you're going to be new to most of them. Like, I've heard of echinacea. I've known people tell me that they like echinacea, but I've never looked into it properly. And now I'm doing it tonight, and you're joining me on this journey. Yeah, I'll come back and read that a bit more later, but let's go back to... yeah, we'll go back to here now. Cool. So, let's brew a little bit up and see how it goes, eh? Because it's a bit leafier. I feel like I'll only give this one 3 minutes rather than the 5. Yeah, it feels like a sensible choice. If I can find my stopwatch. It's on here somewhere. I've got too many pictures of Lord of the Rings swords on my phone to get the timer on. There we go. You in the corner of the screen. Oh, I've just put on 5 there, haven't I? You just said 3. Yes, okay. And then start you. Is that you getting ready for some British slang? I will say that's not a common one. Is it common? I don't think it's common. But if you said it to someone, they would understood what you mean. Now, let me actually smell the thing I'm going to blend it with and see if I... Ooh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. Because this isn't much of a... oh, okay. I'm skipping ahead. In If I decide to blend with something else, then I'll change my mind and I'll tell you, but not now. No, that's actually correct. It's just I don't hear it that often, so that's why it made me smile. But no, yes, that is the meaning. That is the that's the general energy behind it. It's a stonking great cuppa, that is. Oh yeah. But not a bad word, don't worry, not a bad word at all. Your friend has not taught you bad words by accident, don't worry. Oh, do you know what, actually, the smell of this one? Okay. I don't have it immediately available, but I'm going to make a note. Because I think by the smell alone of this, I think it would go quite well with raspberry leaf. I think those two flavors will go quite nicely. I don't have it available to try right now though, which is slightly frustrating, but that's a note for future. Well, maybe one day they'll be fully available to the public, but for now this is me enjoying my own witch's brew concoction just for me, haha. Yes, that's actually something worth mentioning, I suppose. I never said anything about that because I do have I have my special kettle over here. Let me just quickly sort this. So I do have a kettle which I can program to like brew different temperatures. But everything I've been brewing so far today has been at just plain boiling water. But like if you're brewing green teas and stuff, like it's good to use like 70 to 80 degree water for that. Certain oolongs, maybe like 85, 90, same for like white teas. But most herbal teas, well, the majority of herbal teas that I have worked with, they usually respond quite well to just boiling water. So that's what that is. The water is hot, yes. Ooh, very different smell when it's brewed. Very different. Interesting. Not bad, but also not great. It definitely needs to be blended with something. So I think raspberry leaf is potentially a good call for that, but really, that's fun. I didn't know that actually. See, I've never been much of a smoke. I don't think smoking and tea culture is really well connected here. I don't think that's a big thing. But I suppose, caffeine. Caffeine is a natural laxative, isn't it? And there is caffeine in tea. I do actually know. I know some people who use coffee for that purpose. There's some tea drinking cultures as well, which not necessarily for the caffeine, but it's said that to drink tea is very good for your digestion because it's actually, here's an interesting fact. So a specific example of this is so in Chinese food, there's like the style of like dim sum is a style of like Chinese food. Dim sum really means it's the small little dishes, often steamed, served with tea. If for it to be real dim sum, it has to be served with tea. And the idea is quite a lot of the little dishes of food you get in dim sum restaurants are usually quite greasy and quite oily. So the reason that you always drink it with tea is the hot water allows all the greasy, oily food to stay loose and pass through your digestion even better. So yeah. So that's another thing. Oh, decaf. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of decaf. Like, everything I've drank so far today, no caffeine in it at all. Like, zero caffeine. Which is quite good because, like I say now, today it is, it's past midnight now. Crazy. So I'm quite glad there's no caffeine. What was the point of my story? But yeah, the thing that I really dislike is when you get a naturally caffeinated product like tea or coffee, and then you like remove the caffeine from it. It's like, why? Why do you do that? You have to put it through a huge process, which ruins the quality of the product. Well, doesn't ruin it entirely, but makes the quality less good. And then the customer has to pay more for it because it's gone through extra steps of process. And like, why? Just drink something that has no caffeine originally. Like, I drink a lot of... have I got anything here? No, I don't. I drink a lot of rooibos tea, red bush tea, which they grown from South Africa. Really cool stuff. It gives you a similar... It's not exactly the same, but it gives me a similar feeling as drinking black tea. Definitely different, but similar enough. And yeah, it completely caffeine free naturally. Oh, you said something else that I completely missed. Oh, actually, I was unaware of that as well. That's cool. See, it's not copying and making inferior. It's copying something and making it your own. It's including your own cultural influences. I think that's kind of interesting. Like, oh my god, example of that. Like, there's a lot of quote unquote Indian restaurants in the UK, but UK Indian restaurants, they don't do Indian style food. They do it's very unique. It's like, it's not authentic Indian food at all. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's like British food that's Indian inspired, as you say, inspired there. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing, like how different cultures copy and change things. I find that interesting. It's not necessarily bad or good. It's just kind of, as I say, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's my thoughts as well. It's its own thing. It's not Indian food. It's not authentic Indian food for sure. It's very much British food that thinks it's Indian. Yeah, I would tend to agree, because I think the reason that that's true, the reason that food from a certain place tastes better in that certain place is because of just the years and years of practice and tradition, really. It's just people have done it so much for so long that they've just, just gotten good at it, Well, Exactly, good, perfect example there. Like, there's nowhere else which will do a British fried breakfast like an old kind of dirty cafe somewhere in the there's a very certain type of place that does like the best English breakfasts, and that's because that's what they specialize in, and they've done it forever. So of course it's going to be good. Okay, well, echinacea tea is a new experience for me, and I kind of like it. It's got potential. I feel like there's something in here. I'm going to try a little potion-y blend. Ooh. No, really? I don't believe that. No, man. British... I mean, maybe some British people, that's true, but I think on the whole, the British diet is not very good. I always get the impression as well that Indian food's usually relatively healthy. That's the impression that I was given. There's a lot of really good... because I've been trying to eat more vegetarian food recently, and there's a lot of really good Indian recipes for vegetarian food, which seem reasonably healthy. Yeah, I assumed that was the case. Yeah, but there's a very strong meat-eating culture in the UK. Like, I know some people that I grew up with, they would say to you that a meal is not a meal unless it has meat in it. I'm just like, that's not true though, is it? I do still sometimes eat meat. It's not very often. Try to eat less. Not necessarily for health or that. But, what's it? Don't. Oh really? I would not have assumed that to be true. Yeah, I think quite a lot of British food seems to me to be quite like fatty and too many calories and just not super healthy. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what the criteria for what counts as nutritional food. Interesting. Huh. But I suppose maybe because I don't have like facts and figures in front of me, but maybe it's the case that like per head, per capita, the UK maybe has like slightly more wealth so it can afford more nutritional food. Does that make sense? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, some pretty criteria that's worth paying attention to, really, quite serious. Right, okay, let's have a think. Because I want to finish. I was going to maybe do one or two more different brews, different experiments today. But I'm starting to think, like, because I've really enjoyed having someone to talk to. This has been great. Thank you so much for coming today. But this is starting to get get near to 1 a.m. now, so I might make this my last attempt. I'll maybe have 2 or 3 more attempts to get something good out of this. Oh, this is very wholesome. I'm very glad that you came today. This has been very nice. Right, so let's try. Okay, let's go for the echinacea again. Let's start with equal parts. So I'm going to go with 5. I'm trying to be quite frugal with the amount of ingredients I'm using because I don't want to use too much. I'll feel wasteful otherwise. Oh wow, actually that's... Why is that not working? Interesting. Is my scales broken? No. Oh wow, it's just very light apparently. Alright. Alright, well let's go with 3s rather than 5s because that's quite a lot. Okay, let's go 3 grams of echinacea. And let's also go okay. A bottle of water. Bottle of water. Oh, excuse me, mate. Can you give me a bottle of water? Pip pip cheerio. Oh Jesus. I remember, you know what, when I was young, when I was growing up, it used to be cool to be British, and now it's all about bottle of water, fish and chips, bottle of water. Oh dear me. Oh again, this is a little light, isn't it? This can't be, come on, that's more than 3 grams surely. Oh, if my scales are broken, that's actually going to be quite annoying because this is my only set of scales. Alright, let's, how am I going to do this? Right, set. Okay. Come on, man, like, that's definitely more than 3 grams. Technical issues. Oh no. Alright, let's... Is it working this one? So if I do this... Strange that it's working in this one and not the other one. Huh. Bizarre. Cool. Right, well, so anyway. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of tamarind leaf here, which I think is quite an interesting ingredient. Oh, you are. Well, honestly, thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a good day. I hope you are productive. I hope you enjoy being a blood-sucking consultant. Or whatever it is you do within the company. But yeah, honestly, it's been really lovely chatting to you. We've gotten some really interesting topics, which I didn't expect I would be talking about whilst I brewed my tea, but I am glad I did. And yeah, if I'm ever online when you're about, please feel free to join me again. It was lovely chatting to you. And yeah, hope you have a good day. And I will sleep soon, don't worry. Do not worry. But yeah, I'm going to crack on. In case there's anyone else lurking, I'll crack on and let you know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm starting with an equal parts here, which I think may or may not be the correct choice. The shape for a start is not really conducive to these two mixing together very well. But the tamarind leaf, I've had tamarind leaf in a few different blends before, and it's pretty and interesting to look at for a start, which is kind of cool, and I kind of enjoy that. But also it has like a really nice, so like tamarind has that like sharpness to it, that kind of like tanginess, when it's like actual, you know, like when you get like a tamarind paste or something for using in cooking, and you do get a slight amount of that tamarind tanginess comes through with the leaf when you infuse it. But it doesn't, it's too light in its own, so it needs something to carry it through. It needs an extra little something. So I just kind of thought echinacea as just to try something, but okay, these proportions aren't working for a start. Let's try though. Let's try. Do I just be cheeky and just do this? Maybe just take some out mid-mix. That seems like a wildly silly thing to do, but here I go. I'm doing it nonetheless. I'm a maverick. You just try and stop me. Alright, is this working? Maybe was the answer. Okay. So if I can... That'll let me know now. No, it won't. Okay, so I'm going to have to... If this does work, then god damn it, I'm still back to the drawing board because I'm going to have to try it all over again. But... yeah, so let's try this. Two things which I don't think necessarily work by themselves. Maybe will make a nice blend. Honestly, the leaf shapes aren't, like I say, not really working together for mixing purposes. That in alone is going to make it slightly harder of a sell. A sell, what I'm talking about. For my own personal satisfaction, I would feel a little bit bad about sending that out the door. Let's move some stuff around here. I'll not be as precious with this one just because I already would have to start again with my proportions. Okay, let's get another timer going. 3 minutes seems to work quite well for the echinacea, so I'll stick with that. Yes. Whilst I've got a minute again, I'll just check everything is okay with the stream setup, which I believe it is. If there is anyone out there who can tell me otherwise, then please feel free to, but okay, let's pop you there, vaguely on stream, just on the top. Oh, okay, I've made my little notes there. Let's just scrap those. Because I'm eyeballing it at this point. It does look fun when it brews, though, the tamarind leaf. I want to do something with tamarind leaf. This might not be the winner, though. This might not be the best use for it. Right, well, I'll finish off the rest of the just echinacea. It's good. It's growing on me, actually. The more I drank that, the more I enjoyed it. So raspberry leaf, I think, is my next attempt for that one. But the night is no longer young. I am probably going to have to abandon that idea for now. I had a couple more I was going to try today. Got some burdock root. I was thinking, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll have another potion making stream. Can't really call it potion making when it's not Halloween anymore, though, can I? Yeah. Oh, I miss having someone to talk to now. Right, so let me actually take a moment to put this over here, because I'll need to seal up this bag before I go to bed, and I want to make sure I do that, because that would be bad. Yes. So a few other ideas I've got, so I'll probably do a couple more of these streams. Timer paused. Why is the timer paused? Why would it do that? I'm going to assume that meant 3 minutes was up now. Right. Now this is something I haven't got right all stream. I've not really got the angle for a good pouring shot. Where is... Because then that's all off... you know, whatever. Whatever. That could have been worse. Right. Initial smells very much just that echinacea, but like I say, the tamarind leaf itself doesn't actually have that much of a smell pre-brewing. Yeah. I've gone quiet, actually. I feel like I've gone quiet. I think I need to nuzzle up on the mic a bit more. Yeah, cool. Honestly, the tamarind gets a bit lost. It's a cool ingredient. I want to use it somehow. I want to use it in something. Nah, this isn't the one. We've had a marginal success with the fire root, but no, this tamarind leaf echinacea is not. It's not the one. But there is potential in here somewhere, for sure. There really is. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. Let's try and do this while I'm here. Oh, hang on. My potato PC is having a bit of a moment. 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get this back on. Let's do a little bit of a search. Why not? Let's learn together. If I could find the keyboard. Okay. So, we have learned a little bit about echinacea there. classic. You see, this is all very 13 amazing health benefits of I always take this stuff with a bit of a pinch of salt. Okay, lots of stuff really. Promote wound healing? Interesting. Doesn't feel like anything particularly solid though, doesn't it? Do I even want to give this website my endorsement? Probably not. Read more to know and go through all this millions of ads and blah blah blah. Well, hopefully malaria is not going to be a major issue to deal with. May control. See all these mays, maybes, and scurvy. Again, I don't think scurvy is necessarily a thing. Nah, I don't think this is the. I don't think this is the play. If it's not in Wikipedia, then I don't care. Fruit, and I see the fruit of the tamarind. No, I don't think this is. I don't know, I just thought it was a cool ingredient, and it does have that interesting sourness, which I thought was worth exploring. A little tangy tang. Meh. I'll figure something out. It's got a use somewhere. But yeah, honestly, echinacea tea. Actually pretty good. I kind of enjoy it. But yeah, this little combo, not the one. Yeah, well. But this is how we learn. Experiments. Not experiments. Potion making. Look at my hat. Look at my witch's hat. Ooh. We are making potions. We're not experimenting. Okay. I'm gonna finish this cup of tea. Because it's still good, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna turn my nose up at some nice tea. And I think I'm going to call the stream there. I would love to see if anyone else wants to pop up and chat. I don't know, how do these things even work? Let's have a. I'm trying to see my the stream manager thing. Does that even give you any useful information? I'm not sure if it does. Is this working? I don't understand you. Oh. No. Oh well. I thought I could maybe figure something out with this one. But yeah. Is there a way to see my view count? I'm not sure there is, you know. I'm really not sure there is. Oh, you see, this is the struggles of someone just learning how streaming works. How do you see the thing? How do you do the do? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anyone particularly here right now. If there is, hello. I hope you've enjoyed. Because I have. This does seem to be the main reason I'm doing these things, really. It's just a nice excuse for me to... I can still sit back and relax and bring the microphone to me. Oh my god. I've nailed it. I've cracked streaming. I've figured it out. Like, does everyone else know this? I'm a revolutionary in the field. There's not much happening on the screen though, is it? It's not happening. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is like a good excuse for me to put some time aside for me to really sit and enjoy my tea. And thankfully I've had experiences so far where I've been able to share that with people. It's a good thing. That is a good thing. But yeah. Herbal teas. An exciting avenue to explore more into. Like, I'm usually a massive nerd for the tea leaf, and there's loads you can do with that, but if you can do so much stuff with the Camellia sinensis tea leaf, think how much more stuff you can do with every other goddamn plant and leaf in the world. Cool times. Right, actually, here's the play. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to finish this off as I am pottering around and clearing all this up and getting ready for bed. That's the plan. That is the plan. And god damn it, it's a good one. Alright, well, on that note, I hope you have enjoyed my spooky Halloween stream. Wah ha ha. Yeah, it was a cute idea. I literally had this idea of I had an idea of doing like blends on stream, but I had the idea of like making it a potion making stream, like literally this afternoon. So yeah. And the cat with the witch's hat. Yeah. Worth it. Totally worth it. But yeah, I hope whoever's popped in, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you to those that have chatted today. Really lovely. And yeah. If there's any more of your Halloween evening to enjoy, go and enjoy it. Don't eat too much candy, but eat some candy. Eat a decent amount of candy. Eat a little bit more than you should, but just a little bit. And yeah. Boo. Yeah, there's your trick. You've had too many treats today. I'm giving you a trick. A trick. Boo was your trick. Yeah. Well, have a good one, guys, and yeah. Catch you on the next one. Bye.